Kia ora everyone, it's Chris and Sam here. This is your monthly roundup of what's happening in the New Zealand housing market. So Sam, do you want to talk us through the latest stats, like Real Estate Institute for February, and sort of get us going?
Yeah, so talking about sales activity, there were 6,287 homes sold in the month of Feb, and these counts are up about 3.4% on February last year. So a pretty stable level of activity, similar to what we saw in like 2017, 2019 times.
That's good, yeah.
And talking about where prices are moving, they were slightly up across most of the regions, so that trend's still kind of moving sideways though generally.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's cool. And it looked like across most of the regions, the movement was pretty similar, like slightly up.
Yeah, pretty much. And the median house price is slightly down, 772K.
Yeah, cool. And on supply of homes for sale, so that's obviously the stat that's been a bit of a headwind into the market. How did that track during February?
Yeah, so the number of homes for sale on the market was 14% higher than the same time last year.
Yep.
So 35,700 homes for sale, and there was, of that, 11,000 were new listings coming to market. So yeah, definitely consistent with this trend. I think over the past year or so, we've been hearing from our agents reporting that there's a lot of supply on the market that's distracting buyers and kind of reducing the urgency on them to kind of motivation to transact.
Yeah, 100%. And so it looks like that's probably going to take a little bit of time, even if the market picks up quite strongly, to kind of cut through that supply, right?
Yeah.
So something to keep in mind. Also over the last month, so on interest rates, right? So in February, we had the Reserve Bank reduce the OCR 50 basis points down to 3.75%. Generally good for the market, although the transactional activity that we're seeing coming through hasn't had like a huge jump in activity, but there is quite a bit more confidence in the market. So the way we're seeing it come through, like our Bayleys agent sentiment surveys, is that there's a boost in inquiries, but more open home activity, and it's becoming a little bit easier to reach agreement on price, but we're not really seeing like massive pressure on price.
Yeah,
cool. And then, so with that in mind, a couple of sales from the past month, just to give you a sense around what you can buy in the market around that median house price. So 772,000. Sam, up in Auckland, we have one in Stanmore Bay.
Yeah, so it's 12A Tower Hill in Auckland, a brick and tile townhouse, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, complete with sea views and unmatched convenience. So pretty cool to get views in that price range. Located near the town centre and beautiful beaches, this one was marketed by Simon Wild and Lynette Thomas from Bayleys Orewa.
Yeah, cool. And then, so for me, down in Dunedin at around that same price point, 12 Ventnor Street, a mid-century masterpiece, bespoke renovation, so 3 beds, 1 bath on 650 square metres, large picturesque windows and vaulted timber ceilings, about 2.5 k's from Dunedin CBD, and this one was marketed by Alice Munro from Bayleys Dunedin, sold around that median house price as well. So it gives you a good sample of like some pretty cute houses around that price point, which is cool.
Yeah.
And so with that said, always useful just to think a little bit about the outlook for the market. So Sam, what's our house view at the moment around what's happening in the market over the next couple of months?
Yeah, so kind of thinking about the two big things. One is interest rates coming down, but also that high supply of inventory on the market, kind of playing off against each other. And I guess along with that, buyers think it's a buyer's market, but vendors have kind of increased their price expectations in line with the interest rates dropping.
Yeah, and that's quite an interesting one, right? Like around those interest rates, because whilst buyers have become more confident, our agents are also reporting that vendors have become more confident as well. And that does create that threat that price gap between buyers and vendors kind of continues.
Yeah, definitely. And I think there's kind of other challenges as well that are slowing things down. Like a couple of our agents were reporting about longer bank processing times and just turnarounds for that kind of slowing things down. And also just other things like if you need to sell your existing home, that could also put pressure on timelines, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I guess if you were to put all of that together, what do you reckon's happening with prices over the next sort of 6 months?
Probably a bit of a slow burn through that stock before we see much increase consistently.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I guess it's hard to pick on those latest stats. We saw a little uptick in prices, whether that's a change in trend or if it's just like noise in the data, because we have seen it previously as well.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. And then, mate, finally to wrap up, right, property of the week. So, Sam, what have you got for us this week?
Property in Orewa again, so it's 491 Hibiscus Coast Highway. It's an exquisite waterfront masterpiece, 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom home on about 1,500 square metres. Nearly every room positioned to capture the panoramic sea views, has a cool heated swimming pool. If you're interested in this property, you can get in touch with Jenny Finlayson or Gabrielle Finlayson from Bayleys Orewa.
Yeah, cool. And then for me, I'm down in Napier, so I've got 4A Charles Street in West Shore. So waterfront living redefined, 3 beds, 2 baths on 580 square metres. Exceptional design, meticulous craftsmanship. It's got a heated swimming pool and just overall beautiful property. So if you want to learn more about this one, contact Kirsten Hines or Kerry Gange from Bayleys Napier. With that said, we'll wrap it up here. So thanks very much, Sam.
Cool, thanks Chris.
Yeah, sweet, and we'll see you soon.